$80,542. That's how much a simple game about feeding a black hole made on Steam on day one of its release. And what makes this so cool is it was published by an indie developer that quit his full-time job to pursue the dream of becoming an independent game developer. Today we are going to dive into the game itself, but before we do that, let's talk about the indie developer behind the game, because that story is just as interesting as the game itself. The place I found Aramis is on YouTube, where you can find him publishing videos giving advice about game development, talking about his past struggles, and providing periodic financial updates, giving insights into how things have been going financially as a full-time game developer. The game about feeding a black hole is Aramis' third game that he has published. The first game was a game called Chess Survivors. The second game is a game called Hexagod. Both games have very positive reviews on Steam, and both of the games did generate revenue for Aramis, but not at the level that would guarantee Aramis could continue game development for the long term. For example, the total revenue he generated from all sources for August in his last financial update video was only $1,265. That was made up of $701 from Steam sales from his other games, plus revenue from other sources like YouTube. That only covered about half of his living expenses for that month, causing him to dip into savings to make up for the losses. But that was then, and now the game about feeding a black hole has been released, with 44,651 wish lists, generating $80,452 on day one and over $175,000 after 4 days. All right, let's jump into the game about feeding a black hole and check it out. All right, so here's the main screen here. So this is the black hole. We're going to be feeding it some asteroids here. Menu on the site, nice kind of little clicky noises as you hover over these menus. Let's click on play. So I've already been playing the game a little bit, so I'm going to start a new game here, but I've actually finished the game once, so I have all these other modes unlocked. But if you start off here, you're going to have these modes locked. There is a few different modes. So there's a normal mode that we're going to be playing here. I'll start a new game with that. There's the quick mode, mini challenge mode, the line, Zen mode. It looks like a bunch of future modes are kind of working on here. All right, so we're starting the game here. So this is how it starts off here. So it's an auto clicker. So you just kind of hover your mouse over these asteroids and it just automatically clicks for you. Oh, so we're limited to a certain amount of time and we only made $2 on our first round there. So let's jump into the upgrades. All right, let's take a look at this. So we can upgrade the session time for $2 to 12 to 14. So I'm going to click on that. And over here, so you got supernova percent damage, but that's going to be $1 quadrillion. We're pretty far away from that. I'm guessing that's pretty close to the end of the game there. Over here to the right, we got time added in black hole grows, $300. And down the bottom, $10,000 are changed to spawn electric asteroids. So we're going to start off with really small amounts of money here, but as we continue and upgrade here, we're going to start bringing in lots of amounts of cash here so we can eventually afford to get to this really expensive $1 quadrillion upgrade. All right, here we go. Hover over all three there. We can click all three at once. That's nice. And get 2 here. Nice. All right, did a little better that time. We got $7. So we got that all from asteroids. So no planets yet. That's going to come later on. And no star plasma also. That will come later on. So breaker damage, 23. Breaker circle, 18. And asteroids destroy, 7. Let's go and check out the upgrades again. So we got a few more available here that we can afford. So we can either go with breaker damage 1 to 2. That sounds not bad. Breaker radius. Oh, that'll also be nice. I'll increase the radius of our circle. So that's also going to be helpful. So $6 here, $2 here. And number of asteroids also going to allow us to bring a lot more cash, 20 to 50. So I'm going to go with this. That sounds like that's a good one to start with. So this is a pretty casual game. You're just kind of going through this and you're just hovering over and you're clicking these asteroids here, and it's really not about a skill. I guess this game is more about the journey of going through the process and kind of encountering new things throughout the game as you kind of play the game. It starts off a little slow, but it does start to pick up and get quite busy and quite exciting once you get through the game a bit here. All right, now we got $15, so that will give us enough for the number of asteroids, $7 for that. We can also forward breaker radius, 175 to 325%. 100% radius increase, that sounds pretty good. Oh, look at this now. We can click a lot of them at once. And notice I don't have to click at all. This is an auto clicker. So if I click here, so I'll show you. I'm just going to do some random clicks here, so I can show you what happens when you do that. All right, so we got this new little thing here. So useless manual clicks, just letting you know that you don't need to click. This is an auto clicker. We got 18 bucks, so let's go and do some upgrades. Breaker damage 2 to 3. Out of money already. Want to try to get as many as you can in the breaker radius at once. 29 bucks. See, we're already starting to increase the cash. It's coming a little faster already. Breaker critical damage change 0 to 5%, 15 bucks. Breaker critical damage change 0 to 10. Oh, so this one's the same, and this one's 0 to 5, 0 to 10. It's like $5 extra. So if I click on this, look at those asteroids. Now this is looking really nice here. We get lots of cash this time. Look at this big cluster up here. All right, so this time we got $64. We can go in and increase the breaker speed. So that's gonna make that auto clicking happen a little faster and get us more hits in per round. Oh, the speed. You just feel the extra speed. That feels so nice, having that extra speed. Just clicking so much more faster. Ooh. So you get that little extra time there, you get that little pulse on the screen. That's kind of nice when the black hole expands. I'm going to skip ahead and show you a bit of the other things you're going to discover as you progress throughout the game. I'm not going to show you everything. I don't want to spoil it for you, just in case you want to try the game out later on. Not too far into the game, you're going to start seeing asteroids of different colors, including golden asteroids. You're also going to encounter electric asteroids that add a nice dynamic to the game. A little bit before midway through the game, you'll start seeing planets, and then shortly after that, some planets will have moons that you can collect with your breaker. I found collecting the moons to be one of the more satisfying aspects of the game. It's kind of neat, just go around collecting the moons, and then they expand the breaker and allow you to get more money. After the planets, a little more into the game, you're going to have some stars added into the mix. And finally, close to the end, some more significantly more powerful effects are added, like lasers and finally supernovas. Well, that was a game about feeding a black hole. If you're interested in playing the game, you can find it on Steam. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel.